Hi, I'm Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another coffee / car talk, so let's just get into it. First off, I decided to try a new drink. I've been experimenting with the drinks I get from Starbucks recently. I know, shocking. This is a nitro cold brew with vanilla sweet cream foam, I think, and I have to say the first sip was pretty good. I've been trying a lot of their healthier drink options, and this is one of them because I realized a lot of the drinks that I was getting from Starbucks were just completely filled with sugar. And it's not bad to have that every once in a while, but every single time I get coffee, I get one that's completely filled with sugar because caramel macchiatos are not the best for you. So I've been trying to find some healthier drinks that I don't mind getting every once in a while, so that way coffee isn't turning into a sugar addiction as well as caffeine. Just kidding, I'm not actually addicted to caffeine. I don't drink coffee every single day, a few times a week, because I knew that by getting the coffee I really wouldn't be super hungry for an actual lunch. I decided to go ahead and just get a chocolate croissant, which I know completely goes against the sugar thing that I was just mentioning, but these things are really good. Alright, delectable, immaculate, you cannot beat it. Now that I've just done a little mukbang for you, shared what I got from Starbucks, we can dive into today's main topic, which is the fact that everything is kind of starting all back up at once, and it's very overwhelming. So we have been in the coronavirus era, the situation, for roughly a year now, almost, not quite. And for that year, I really didn't have to focus on hardly anything except schoolwork. And then there were things that I could choose to continue focusing on, which was good for me. I chose to invest a lot of time in my YouTube channel. I continued dancing because since I do privates, it was safe to do so with masks. And I also really improved my workout schedule a lot this past year. And the reason I had time to do all this was because outside school commitments like clubs really were not doing anything. And outside activities like meeting up with friends and family and having to go here, there, everywhere really wasn't happening either. But now the clubs and going here, there, everywhere kind of seems to be starting back up at once, and it's really been overwhelming the past couple weeks because I have consistently been in 3 clubs: Beta, Student Council, and Interact. And all 3 of those clubs have had a meeting within the past 2 weeks. And I honestly cannot remember the last time that I had club meetings on the weekly or had multiple club meetings in 1 week, which happened this past week. And I was just kind of wow. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm really glad that the vaccine is working, people are taking it, and that the virus trends are starting to go in a positive direction. But it is very overwhelming that I feel like people are trying to go from 0 to 60. I guess I just thought the transition back to quote normal life would be very gradual. Maybe this club would start doing a few things here and there, and then the next club, and then we would start going to visit family that's been vaccinated, and just a gradual level back into things. But that has definitely not been the case, and I'm really interested to see whether people want to continue to take things slow for a while, or if they just go back to hardcore every single day, grinding, cramming as much in their schedule as possible. Because as someone who had their schedule completely crammed, I have no idea how I was ever that person. I don't see how I crammed all of that stuff into my life and still managed to do things like make YouTube videos. I just don't see how that's possible, and I definitely don't want to get back to that point because I feel like I would be miserable knowing that I could be living a happier life. That's one thing that my family has talked about a lot, is we're trying to consider what we want to go back to doing and what we want to keep out of our lives. And I think for me that decision won't be as hard because I'm not going to be in high school next year. So I don't really have to make that decision, and I can just kind of decide whenever I get to whatever college I go to how involved I want to be and what I want to be involved with. But I think for people that are going to be back in the same situation, going into the next grade level at high school, middle school, whatever it may be, they have a lot of tough decisions to make about what they want to stay involved with and what they might just say no to. I think it's important whenever you're making those decisions to really think about what adds value to your life, what you genuinely enjoy doing, and what you just did because you felt like you had to. Anything you did because you felt like you had to do it, I would highly suggest just not going back to it. This is, why are there two cop cars just go rolling into the Holiday Inn Express? Should I like leave? I will keep you updated if they come rolling out with sirens. You would probably hear that, but okay, that was fun. In other intriguing news, Positions Deluxe came out yesterday, and on it we have an interlude, a remix, and 3 new songs. I have been listening to it on repeat. I'm obsessed with it. I mean, we already know I'm a huge Ariana Grande fan, but just the fact that like she's dropping more new music so soon is amazing. And let's just say that Worst Behavior definitely should have been on the original album, because that is such an amazing song. I really don't understand why that wasn't on the first edition of it, but I'm so glad that she released it, because that's great. And that just makes me wonder about like all these other songs that she said like she's recorded but haven't made an album. Like, homegirl, please release. I will buy and listen. They are amazing. This is kind of random, but I thought I would share this. I was planning on filming this video like in the Starbucks drive-thru and in their parking lot like usual. That's how I normally film my Starbucks videos. But for some reason, for like the past couple of months, whenever I set my camera up on my dash and I'm like driving or just even have the engine cut on, so if I'm like sitting in the drive-thru not moving but my engine is on, my camera has started shaking. And I found this out the hard way whenever I tried to film one of these videos back in December, and I really liked what I talked about in the video and like how the footage turned out. But when I sat down to edit, I noticed like how shaky it was, and it wasn't just like a little shake to where I could still post the video. It was like shaking. Now that makes me like really nervous to try and film any kinds of videos in my car with my engine on. So luckily it's winter now and I don't need the air conditioning or the heat or anything like that to be comfortable in my car. Like having it off right now, I'm perfectly fine. That makes me super stressed like for this summer if I want to film a little car vlog. Is the footage gonna be super shaky or not? Please let me know if you are someone who car vlogs, like what you have done to fix that issue. I know a lot of people get car mounts, so if you have any car mount recommendations, let me know. I have a Jeep Cherokee if that matters. The police cars are still at this hotel. Is there a drug deal going down? I need to know these things. I mentioned in my last video that I've started All American and how I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually almost all the way caught up to like where they're currently releasing episodes. Yeah, it's only been like a week. That is kind of a problem, but let's not talk about it because I am really enjoying myself, alright? And probably by the time this video goes up, I will be caught up to the current episodes, and if you haven't watched it, I think you really would enjoy it. Let's talk about why I started to watch it, because on this channel I enjoy talking about myself. Just kidding, I'm not that narcissistic. But as we all know, I am a huge football fan, Football sadly ended on February 7th with the Super Bowl. Cannot speak. Don't get me wrong, I love watching the Super Bowl, the best of the best going at it, but that also means it's the end of football and then I get depressed. All American is about football. Is it only about football? No, like football is like, I don't know, 33% if you want to be generous, but I'm getting a slight like football fix from this. Also, it talks about like real subject matter, and I've talked about this before, and that's one reason why I love the show 13 Reasons Why, is it talks about real subject matter and brings up relevant points that need to be talked about, and they do so in an entertaining way, and I think the All American is doing that as well. If you don't know, they talk a lot about like political and justice issues in the show. And especially from what I've seen of season 3 so far, which is the one they're releasing now in like 2021, they're referencing a lot of the events that happened in 2020 in terms of that, which I think is so good because they have a young, impressionable audience, and raising awareness to those issues through their platforms, like, yes, go off. We love that. I got Netflix just for the show, but I'm also taking recommendations for other shows that I should watch because I want to get my money's worth. I did not last time. I bought Netflix in December to watch Ariana Grande's movie, and that was the only thing that I watched. I should have been watching All American and a bunch of other shows and just had to pay for 1 month, but I am getting kind of addicted now, especially when it tells me that these shows that I think that I might want to watch, and it's like 99% match. Bet! Add to my list. We'll be watching that. Okay, that is kind of all I can think to talk about. I have been filming for over 15 minutes, so hopefully that is enough footage for a video. Should be. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Honestly, anything. The comment sections on these videos are safe spaces. I thoroughly enjoy interacting with you in the comments, so again, just comment whatever. And while you're down there, be sure that you're subscribed and have the bell turned on, because all of those things really do help my channel grow, and I would appreciate it so, so much. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.
It's not about personality matrices and charts. It's all about the bumps in your heart.